This is a quick run through of the Notion page that I've made for preclinical medicine at Newcastle. You absolutely do not have to use Notion this way. This is just a little bit of an introduction for anyone who's never used it before and fancies giving it a go. So this is the front page. I've put in a bit of a to-do list, a calendar for assignments and exams, also a Pomodoro study timer if anyone wants to be super organised, which I never am. Some quick links to get to the basic information that's covered in each case, and then some useful external links that are the things that I used a lot in preclinical just to go through different topics. So I'm just going to use a really basic example of what I would do if I was making notes. So this is from a foundation lecture. So it's a foundation neurology lecture. So I would tend to recommend keeping to the systems right from the beginning and not sticking strictly to cases, because what that means is that as you go through, you can find your notes again and build upon them. So I've set it up so that each systems area has got these basic databases in it. So I am going to just use the example of parts of the nervous system. Apologies for my slow typing because I am currently sat on my bed. So I would tag this as preclinical, but you can also then, as you go through, tag topics, because some things may come up again in third year or fourth year. So then you can go and open your page, and this is where I would write up the lecture. So that would be your notes. I've put in an area where you can upload the file, which is the slides from a lecture as well, if you want them to look back on to kind of clarify things as you go through. That can be useful because you can add multiple things in there, so if you've got things from different years. Then I would have all my notes in here, and then what I would do is summarise as questions. So you click on the plus to add any of these things. So there's loads of different options of what you can add in. I'm keeping this really, really basic. But I love the toggle lists. So what that means is you can write a question here, your answer when you expand the toggle. So you can use this as a very quick way of testing yourself on things. But then what I would do is import all of these questions that you've made at the bottom into Anki. That's what I tend to do. Anki may or may not work for you. There is a plugin that you can use to automatically move things from Notion into Anki. I don't use it, so you'd have to Google for that. And then I would tag that as notes made, because then when I go back to neurology, we can see under physiology we've got parts of the nervous system, which we've just written up. This is the link here, so if you click on that, that'll take you to the session resources, and you can see very quickly that you've made your notes, but you haven't made your Ankis yet. If you want to be extra organised, you could add Ankis for neurology lecture into your to-do list if you want to make sure that you get them done quickly. So like I said, this is the front page. You can add any assignments or anything. So we've got today, but if we go and just excuse my there we go, got there eventually. So for example, say you've got an exam SBA 1 that is 28th of November. I don't know when your SBA is, but this was roughly when we had one, maybe, I think. And then maybe you could write your revision schedule. You could input anything you want there. So you could put in a calendar, and then you could embed sort of what you want to do. You could put in a to-do list of things that you want to go over. So maybe you want to go back over neurology anatomy, for example. So then when you go back here, that'll be there. So you can click into your thing and it'll show you what you've got. We've also got the Pomodoro timer at the bottom there. So if you wanted to have a timer for your Ankies and things, make sure that you're taking little breaks, that's fine. So now, for example, when you get up to the neurology cases, what that means is your foundation notes are going to be right there. So we've still got that there, and you don't have to go digging back through foundation. And these quick links at the bottom, they will just open to whatever's here, whatever I've tagged them to. So you can add on extra things as well if you want at the bottom. Very easy to add on to. If you don't like the sections that I've made here, totally fine. You can just click to add new, or if you want them with any of these databases in, then all you need to do is just go and duplicate these pages and then rename them as whatever topic you want it to be. So maybe you think that we need a specific one for pharmacology, and you want to keep it separate from having pharmacology and all of the others. That's fine. You can just stick that in there.